Hello everyone, good afternoon. So let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to cover again, where we have left our thing. So yeah, so yesterday I don't know means how many of you have gave some attempt to the problem which I was facing some issue. So I just wanted to know, does anybody has had tried that or not? Yeah, just please raise your hand if at all you guys have done it. Okay, I need at least few hands to be raised. I'm not asking anybody to, show me, but I just wanted to know like how many of you have tried and you got to know like what exactly the problem behind this. So guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So I don't know means what I'm by I'm getting no answer from anyone. So I assume like nobody has tried that. Anyway, so let me fix and let me open up this in front of you guys. Let me share my screen with you all. Okay, so what was the issue which we were facing is, yes, let me share this. Okay, so here we have tried this. So I have created my module file, and there I have just kept one dictionary name. I have created one dictionary with the name of cities, and in which we have age, state, and a lot of things. I mean, it's not a lot of things, but at least I have kept three things. So, and when I ran, I got some issue. So now what I'm trying to do here is, let me share with you the same file, the file which I have made last time. Okay, so let me show you this. If you guys are able to see, then please do let me know. Okay, so here if you will see, I have created this file. Okay, now I have given the name, nothing but sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I have given the name as it depends on you what exactly you want to give, or maybe somewhere I have kept the name and I don't remember exactly. I have created one file here, so maybe I would like to write here Ravi Kiran.
లేకుండా కూర్చోమా వేస్ట్ వాళ్ళ
Guys, can you please go on mute? Yeah. So I have mentioned here Ravi Kiran, and let me write it. His age. I don't know about his age. Let me write it as AP. Okay. I guess this should be fine. Let me save it. So I need to save this file at the same location from where exactly I am opening the notepad file. No, not notepad file. What file exactly? From where actually I am opening my notebook. Okay, so let me save at that place. So I am gonna save this with, I'm gonna save this with sit. I'm writing this module. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, and let me save this with dot python. Yes, so it got saved with cit underscore module dot py. Okay, now you can go. So before that, let me run once. So I have ran this at once. Now let me share my Jupyter notebook with you guys so that you can get better clarity. Now here I am, I need to import the same file which I have just now modified. So I am writing site module here. This one I am going to do. Now I just want to know age. Let's say what age I have written. How many of you do remember like what age exactly I have written there? Somebody can say something. So I have written 22, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah, somebody has pinged me. Thank you so much. Yes. So we supposed to get here what we will get 22 here. Okay, let me see. whether I am getting or not. No. Why I'm not getting here? Because I have done this key problem. This is what the issue which I was facing earlier as well. Yes. So you can see now we are getting age 22. So at the same time, you can even cite like what issue I was getting earlier. I used to write here as in this. Now I am writing like so. You guys must have forgotten how exactly you can access the dictionary element. Okay. So how do you pass the key? How will you get value corresponding to the key? So I don't know how many of you remember that, but that is what I was trying to tell yesterday. This is how you can access that. You can create your own module. You can just access the whatever elements you have, even you have somehow you have written some function, or maybe you have written some list, or maybe you have written some dictionary. You can directly access from the module which you have right now you have just imported. Okay. So now let me move on with the next topic. You can say like what I wanted to say is, you can see here. Okay. So this assignment I have done instead of Gora, I have used Ravi Kiran and all. So that is fine. But yeah, you can see here. Okay. I have used what? I have used this method. So I have kept a module name dot age dot citizen and then age. Instead of this, let me write this way, whether I would be able to get that or not. So let me go back to the Jupyter notebook and again do the same exercise so that you guys can get better clarity. Now, instead of this, I wanted to do this: import site module, import citizen, and then here you don't need to call like this. You just need to copy this entire same thing, remove this. Here you write a, that is fine. Here also you can write a. Now with this, now here I have done what? Earlier I have imported just site module. Now I am into the site module. I am just writing here from site module import citizen. Okay. So you can see here from site module. Okay, inside module I wanted to import this citizen. Okay, citizen is what? Citizen is dictionary. So if I will run this, I would be able to get 22. There is some error. What type of error are we facing here? Let's see. Here import citizen. Is it from? Are we facing any issue now? Yes, site module, site module, site module. I don't think we will have to face any issue here, but still I am getting. Okay, let me write straightforward here. Import, then I am writing site. Yes. Site module from. So are we going right or wrong? We have to write from here, from site module, we need to import. We need to import citizen. Are we importing citizen? What exactly it is? Yes. Yes. What else? Am I missing something? I don't think so. Literally, I don't think so. I'm missing something. Yes. Okay. So why we were getting error? You know what? So I have copied just from the presentation and then I have pasted here. So there must be some unnecessary, or maybe you can say like some space comes here. So it's better always write instead of copy from presentation or maybe from Word. Okay, so you can see here, and now you can look into the difference between these two. Okay, so this is how you can use module, as well as inside module if you have some function, if you have made something. So this is how you have to access. Okay guys, I'm pretty much clear so far, I guess. So you can see the difference. What we are getting here is we don't need to write here sit module again. Okay, and then we need to call this. We have already imported this citizen, so we don't need to write again here, because I'm writing from sit module import citizen. Okay, so that is pretty much clear and obvious, I guess. Now let me move on with this. Guys, does anyone having any doubt till here in this topic? I hope I have cleared very much, but still if somebody has any doubt, please do raise your hand. I'm waiting for your response actually. No sir, all clear. Thank you so much. Yeah, so with this we can move on to the next topic. Okay, not to say next topic, but yeah, more or less in modules what all commands are present and how exactly those commands are being used. So we will see that part as well. Now you can see Python has some useful command like this. Okay, so here I am gonna tell you what all commands is being used where exactly. Okay, so first of all, you just have a look. Okay, absolute command is there where you wanted to get absolute value of something. Then ceil command where you just wanted to round off with the ceil. Okay, cos value where you can say like cosine value you want from something. Floor value, say similar manner. Log value, log 10 value, max or min value, round value, sine value, square root of something. So let me perform few of the commands so that you will get much more clarity. Okay, so let me do this. Let me go back to the this Jupyter notebook and let me see. So what do you want to perform something? So I just want, what was the first command? I want absolute value of something. ABS, I have written absolute value of 314.56. We are getting 324.45. Okay. Now let me see the ceil value of this. Okay. So how are we going to get ceil value? I want ceil value. So what are we expecting from this? Now you can see name ceil is not defined. Why we are not getting ceil defined? I have done a spelling mistake, or what exactly I have done? Somebody can point out what mistake I have done here. I want some responses from you guys. Guys, I want some response. No, nobody. Okay, somebody has spelling mistake, sir. Okay, sir. So you said spelling mistake, but I don't feel like there is any spelling mistake. Okay, so what exactly the mistake here? See, these functions are only available on some module. So some module is what? Some module is nothing but we need to write import what? We need to write import math. Okay, or you can write from math import. Let me import all the functions. Okay, so with this I would be able to import all the functions. Now you see you are getting output. So that is why I intentionally I just written first absolute value. Absolute value comes in very basic package, but for ceil function and for rounding off, to do some round off and to do lot many sign cos and all, then you need to have this module need to be imported. So everything present in the math module. So I what I want from math module, I want to import everything. Okay, so now if I want, suppose, let me see if I can get something like log of, let's say I wanted to get log of which log do you want? Let's say log of 100. It's a 4.60. Okay, and then let me perform another thing. Max of 132 comma 156. So maximum value would be 156. So let's see, look at here, you are getting 156. And now if you perform min value, then you can see here, if I will run, I will get 132. So these are the functions which are quite available on math module, you can say. And you from there I just wanted to import everything. Okay, now in the similar fashion, you can say like I wanted to get a square root of something. So let me perform here. So I want a square root of, I want a square root of what? I want a square root of 256. Let's see whether I would be able to get or not. Let me see 256. Or you want a square root of what? You want, let's say, square root of 16, or maybe anything. So I need to write here sqrt, and just you need to pass the number. We are getting 4. Now I need to write this. I'm getting 16. So am I correct or am I going wrong? So we are correct, actually. We are doing well so far. And this is how you can, calculate your square root as well. Now, another one is nothing but, let's say we need to know about, I want some rounding. Okay. How exactly we can do the rounding value? So let me perform some rounding. So I want round of, let's say 245.678. We are getting 246. Okay, as you can see here, we are getting 246. So round of this value is nothing but the 246. Okay, so I guess with this we can say like there are pretty much it's a very large library, or where so many functions are available. So you just need to tackle them. I'm not gonna go and cover entire thing one by one. I just need to know few things which I can cover, and few things which you require. So that is why I have taken some some of the functions, so that at least you can get better clarity. Okay, now let me just move on to the next. You can say I'm not pretty much, you know it's a completely wrong assumption. Seal and round is same. It's quite different. Both are different. You will say, you will see different values when it comes to the test. So you can do by your own, you can perform something, and if you will find like no, my values are quite same, then it is fine. But I don't think so it is same. Yeah, it has some difference actually. Now import the math module. As I said, suppose I want pi value. I want to know the what is the pi value. So let me go back to my screen again and wanted to know the pi value. So let me write here pi. What I will get here? I am getting 3.14. Okay. So why I am getting 3.14 pi value, complete pi value? Because I have already used the statement called as from math import everything. If I wouldn't have done this statement, then I might have got some error here by saying like it is not being no module found for pi. Okay, so this is how exactly you can come to know like which module is needed for what. Okay, so now I want another thing. I want cos 0. Okay, cos 90. Let me see whether we can get some value or not. So how many of you are quite aware like cos 0 is what? I just wanted to know from you guys what is cos 0 value. Thank you, 532. Who else can go and attempt? Okay, many of you of them. Okay, so now whether we will see like we can check from here whether you guys are correct or not. So I need to perform here what? I need to write here cos 0. We will see. Yes, we are fine. We are getting cos 0 is nothing but the 1. In similar manner, okay, we can also perform cos of pi. Let's see, we can perform cos of pi. What exactly the value we should be getting? We will see. Oh, we are getting cos of pi, which is nothing but the cos of pi means it's a 3.14. Okay, so cos of 3.14 we are getting negative value. That is correct actually. And now let's see what all things are present in math. I wanted to know like what all things are present in the math, or maybe you can say like we wanted to know what all functions are available in the math, or maybe there are multiple things which are present in. So how do we know that? So yesterday you have learned about dir. I am trying to use that dir. I have just mentioned dir math. Okay, I am getting some error. So this is where I need to use something else. Name math is not defined. Okay, it is saying like name math is not defined. So what should I do for this? Let me write like this: import math, and then I should be writing dir math. So let me run this. Yes. You can say see here what all things are available. So here in the beginning you will always get document what exactly it is, loader name, what is package available here, package number, something like what basically a specification which is being used to perform this. Now we used to get what a cos value, a cos h, a sin h. Okay, seal, copy sign, cos h, degree, erf, erfc. So these are the things which are available inside the math. There is log 10 value, log 2 value is there, whether is nan is there or not, GCD value we can find, pi value we can find, sine value we can find, square root we can find tan as well, we can find tan h as well, we can find trunk as well. So list is pretty, pretty much big. So I just wanted to show you like how exactly you can get what all things are present in my, module. So how we can achieve that, we need to just write like this. So I have just written dir and just I have used, math. That's it, nothing beyond that. And now maybe you want some, after this maybe you want some help how I need to use this. Okay, how all the function can be used, how exactly I should perform these values. So for that we have, help. So in Python we have, as I said, it's a, very large people are, contributing towards Python. And there are multiple things which is going on parallel. And they have provided us, help to, to know how exactly we can access some method or how exactly we can call. So let me just perform this help math. See, so you can see here help on built-in module math. So math, as I said in the beginning, it's a built-in module. Now name is math, description is given as this module is always available. It provides access to the mathematical function defined by the C standard. Okay. Now function, all function which are available inside the math module is like a cos, which returns the arc cosine measured in radians of x, then a cos h. Okay. And all the value you can, figure it out from here. Now let me see what all we have performed. So we have performed ceil function. So now you can see here, ceil return the ceiling of x as an integral. This is the smallest integer you can say. Okay. Now we have performed cos x, which it is saying like return the cosine of x measured in radians. Okay. Now in the same manner, we have performed couple of more things. Maybe I haven't used factorial, but also you can write factorial and just which factorial, 6 factorial you want or what factorial you want. So, the code is written inside the factorial the same way we have done using recursive manner. Okay. So you can correlate all the function which you can create that can also be go inside to this library if that is quite useful. So same manner, floor also, f mod also. Okay. Now expression, you can write f of sum, which is nothing but the iterable. Okay. And then we have performed, what we have performed is nan value. Where we will get some bool value. So and there, return true if x is nan, not a number, and false otherwise. So this is how you will get. Now we can get log value as well. We can get, log 10, log c, power. Yeah, I don't know whether you guys are quite aware about this or not, but power is also, one function. So suppose I wanted to know the power of 3 to the raised to the, 5, you can say. So what exactly the value which we will get. Okay, that also we can know from here. And sine, as I have already, square root, which we have performed right away before going to the help. And there are multiple things here. You can say pi value is mentioning like 3.14. Okay, tau value is 6.28, inf is this one, e value is nothing but the 2.71. Okay, so with this we can say like there are multiple things which we can, know from the help only. So now from here, let's say you want to access particular method or you wanted to know some function. You don't want to retrieve all the, all the things, but you want to be very specific. I wanted to know how the definition of cos is being there. So we should write here help, and here we can write cos, sorry, math dot cos. Let's say what we will get here. See, we are getting just cos, method. So what exactly it is, what is the return value we will get from cosine. So basically this is how you can drill down and you can narrow down your own problem, okay, to get some help. You will get pretty much with this manner you can get a lot of many things, but this is the simplest thing which I can say. You wanted to know some function, what exactly, how many arguments it is going to take and what exactly it is going to perform. So that's how it is. Okay, now I wanted to show one more function which I can show you here. So I was talking about POW, power. So I am saying 3 comma 5. What would be the value of this? Anyone guess, please? Guys, I need guesses from you all. I have just showed you power will be like this, then you should be getting some output from here. How will you calculate the power? Guys, quick, I need response from you guys. I'm not getting any responses from anyone. Let me see. Let me write like this. Power of 2 comma 3. Okay. Now tell me power of 2 comma 3. What is the power of 3? When I will use power of 3, you can interpret it as like this. Let me run this. So 3 to the power 5 is this. Now let me run power of 2 comma 3 first. 8. Why don't you interpret like this? 2 to the power 3. This is what it is. Guys, yes, I got some responses from you guys. So this is how it has to be interpreted. Okay. So yeah. So this one I just wanted to cover in the case of, you can say, module. And now let us move on to the next topic. Yes. So here we have written import, and from import, so I don't know how many of you got my point when I was explaining my module. So here I have written import math, math.cos I can use. From math, import cos and pi, then we just use cos. So this is the same manner. Okay. Um, I don't know means how many of you got this point or not, but let me tell you how exactly it is going to work. Here, what I'm saying is, you need to first write here some bigger module or small module. Okay. Now let me write here import math. Okay. Now, when you have written import math, and now if you wanted to know about cos value, let's say I want uh, cos of 0. What I will get here? 1. Okay. Now, even though if you will write here math dot cos, same value would be getting. Now, instead of writing here math dot cos, we should be also writing from math import cos. And now you can write cos. Here, let me write pi. Okay. because we have already done this pi here. Otherwise, if you might have done first time and you have written pi, it is not getting, you will not get pi value. So for that sake, you need to first import from import, and then I have already used, in the beginning I have used this. Sorry, I have used this. That means you need to import everything. So that is why we are getting all the outputs. Otherwise, if we might have opened, another notebook, and then you might have written pi, you will be getting error like it is not being imported, or maybe, module is not found, something like that. Okay, then there you have to just write the same manner, mat.call, then you have to write mat.py. Okay, with this we are good to close, this topic module. Now let me move further, and let me explain about Python flow control. Okay, so in the class we have already done a lot of many things using if else loop. Okay, so let me just tell you how and where exactly we use if else. So we use if else in decision making. Okay, when we want to execute some code on a particular condition, or maybe some condition I have given, then you wanted to execute some code which satisfy that condition. Okay, so that is where we need to use, if else loop. Now you can see here I have simply defined what is the syntax of this if statement. So here you have to write if, and then you have to just write some, test, and then expression. Okay, so that expression, test expression, you can say, and here you can write whatever you wanted to perform. Okay, now if you will look into the flow chart, how exactly this flow happens. So here you have one condition, it will either go to the true or maybe false, then only you will get some result. Okay, that is happening in if statement. And now if we will talk about if else, so you don't need to do if part only, you have to just write after if statement, you have to write here else, and then you have to perform some body, you need to write body of else part. Now same manner here also you can see you have written some text expression, and then you have true and then false, then you have to write some body of false, and here body of if. Okay, so this is how you can differentiate Python. And in Python how exactly loop works, or if else statement that is decision making works. Excuse me. So let me perform some example to get you more clarity, and you can say better clarity. So first let me perform if loop. Okay, so here I'm gonna write if if part. I'm writing if x is greater than 3, if x is greater than 3, then print okay. So here I haven't defined my x value. Let me write here x is equal to 5. Let me run this. As I have said, x is equal to 5 here, and I am writing one if statement here by saying if x, that means 5, is greater than 3. Yes, that is true. Let me write x as 2. What output should we get? We get nothing. We are getting nothing. That means to pass this condition, we need to perform something. We need to write something for else part also. So now let me write this manner. If else print x is less than 3. Now let's see. We will get answer. Yes, definitely we will get answer. See, we are getting x is less than 3. Now if we will write 5 here, then we will get x is greater than 3. If we will write 1 here, 1, let's say, we will get x is less than 3. So this is how actually we are able to perform something. Okay, now we will be able to write if in if else. Now with this we can close if and else, you can say. Now somewhere we can use elif as well. Where we can use elif? Okay, so now let me go back to one of my example which I have taken for you. You can say I have created for you guys only. Yes. Okay, so later on I will also talk about nested if, but yeah, before that let me write one of the code where you need to perform something. Okay, something like this. So let me just copy this entire thing for you guys. So what statement should be written here? So I have just taken one variable. I'm writing here if elif else. So in my previous statement, suppose I wanted to write one more condition here. Let's say first I will write here one more condition. One more condition where it has to be, I wanted to write x is equal to 3. I am writing x is greater than 3 and x is less than 3. When should I write x is greater than, sorry, equal to 3? So do we get any output here if I will write x is equal to 3 earlier, in the earlier case? We would not be getting anything. It is saying, even though if I have mentioned x is equal to 3, now 3 is greater than 3. No. So, but it is mentioning everything is in else. Means x is less than 3. Okay, because I haven't defined here x is equal to 3. Now, let me write this here in this case, or if I will not write here, let me write here in the else part. So here I need to write if x is equal to 3, then you should write x is equal to 3. Now let me write again one else, and there you can write everything. Print, now you can write x is less than. Do you think this will this will run? How many of you would like to vote for it will going to run? I just want count. How many of you are thinking like it is gonna run? Can't run. Okay. Somebody said it will run. Somebody said can't run. Somebody said something. Okay. So those who have said can't run, they are fine. Those who have said it will run, that is not fine. So why I'm saying, because let me run and let me show you whether we are able to run or not. See, we are failed at this condition. Which condition? This condition. So here instead of writing this, I should be writing elif. Okay, and then I should write this. Now you can run. Now see, you are getting the output. So that is why I keep on saying like this is how you should be able to run. We should be able to check. Similar manner, I have just written one more example where I have mentioned a is equal to 20, b is equal to 13. Now, if b is greater than a, then I should be writing b is greater than a here. If a is equal to b, let's say at any point of time, these two are equal, then we should be able to print this. Apart from that, whatever comes, it is always saying it is greater than b. So let me run this. So now you can see a is greater than b here. So that means we have to get the output as in a is greater than b. So let me run this. Yes, we are getting that. Now let me write here, instead of 13, let me write here 23. So now you will get b is greater than a. Now let's say, let me write 2020. A and b are equal. Okay. So in this manner, you can create your own condition and create your own thing. Okay. So I hope everybody got pretty much better clarity. Okay. And with this, let me just cover one more thing. One more thing when I say is, I need to cover nested as well. Nested if low. If now here, what I'm trying to achieve, let me write some number. I'm asking you to write some number. Okay, I'm writing some number here. Now I wanted to check if number is greater than 0 or not. If number is greater than or equal to 0, then we need to check whether number is equal to 0 or not. If it is 0, then we just print 0. If it is greater than 0, okay, then we have to say it's a positive number. And if it is a if it will not come into this condition, then we will always mention this is a negative number. So let me run this. Let me ask you to enter something. So here we are getting some issue. Some issue, that means we are facing here is nothing but unnecessary, we are getting gap. Why we are getting here some issue? Yes. Sorry, my bad. Let me write it again, because this is what happened when you do something which is quite fishy. If num, what I'm writing is, if num is greater than is equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, then I need to check number if number is equal to 0, I'm gonna print, sorry, but let me write it again. Num is equal to float. I wanted to take input from you guys. Then I will use input, and then here I will write enter your number, enter any number. If I will write enter any number, then I should be taking this number. If num should be greater than equal to 0, then I need to write if number is equal to 0, then I should be printing number is 0, number is 0. Okay, or else I should be writing, we should be printing number is greater than 0, or maybe you can write this is positive number. Positive number. Now I can see again we should be writing something like this. Else if number is not greater than equal to 0, that means we should be printing number is negative. Negative. Now let me run this. Yes, we are very good. Now let me write first 8. So 8 is greater than 0. Okay, and it is not equal to 0, and it is a positive number, so we can run and we can see. Sorry, we can run this. It will take some time to print because see, you can see here asterisk is coming up. So let me, before that, let me write something else as well. And let me again run this. Oh, so guys, it is taking some time. So meanwhile, we can do something else apart from this. So here nothing means it's not that much important to to get output. But here my agenda was this to know if you will write some number, you just wanted to know like whether this number is positive, whether this number is negative, or this number is equal to 0. Okay, that is what I wanted to achieve. Okay, with this. Now again, I hope this clears a lot. Guys, please, I need output from you guys. So whether are we clear with this or not? So this is nothing but the if else rule loop. That's it. Or you can say it is if else conditions. That's all. So it's a very basic. Even in C programming, even in C++ programming, you would be able to see the same thing. I have done nothing here. Just the difference is like instead of else, when you perform multiple loop, you need to use L if, not else if. You have to use L if in between else. Okay, and at the last statement, you should have to mention else. Okay. I hope this clears you all. Okay. Now I wanted to know from you guys how many you are thinking like that is clear. So I'm not able to understand. Is that any difficulty around this topic? Understood, sir. Thank you, 536. Thank you, 535. It is clear.
అవును కరెక్టే అందుకనే నేను చెబుతున్నా
Who
అవకాశం
else?
లేకే మీకు
Please, I
చెప్తుంది
want some vote from you guys. At least those people are thinking like
రా,
if
ఈ
they are very good in
ఆల్రెడీ
defense. Because
బండి లోడ్ అవుతుంది బాబాయ్
guys, somebody is speaking and can
ఆల్రెడీ కనపారం మొత్తం 20 టన్నులు ఒకటి 25 టన్నులు ఒకటి రెండు బళ్ళు ఉప్పలపాడు 20 టన్నులు ఒకటి 25 టన్నులు
so this
ఒక
501
ఊరికి 40
creating a lot of noise. Okay, 586, 528. Thank you so much. I'm getting responses from you guys. If this is clear, then yeah, it's good actually for me as well, because this is very important topic as well, because most of the time we generally write if else only. Okay, and truly speaking, there are big MNCs, those who are totally rely on if else loop. That's it. Even they have so much number of lines of code, but most of the conditions are in if else only. So you just have to get somewhat clarity on logic. That's it. then you will be able to play with all the scenarios. You will be able to play with your use cases and all the things which are available on your requirement. So with this, I don't want to touch next topic, but next topic I would say I would be covering primitive loop in Python available. There are two types of loop available in Python, and that is primitive, we used to say, that is while as well as for. So even I don't know, while loop you must have heard in while reading C language, or maybe you in C++. Then here also we will cover while loop, how exactly we need to write, what exactly the syntax behind while loop, and how exactly the for loop is being performed. So many of you are quite aware about for loop, because in my most of the use cases, or maybe you can say in my most of the examples, I have used for loop as well. Many times I have used for loop, so I guess you guys get very you will understand very easily for loop, because most of the things we have already covered. Okay, and most probably after finishing of this loop, I would be we will complete our unit first, we can say. And even apart from unit first, I have covered some more topics which is present in unit 2. Okay, so my sequence is quite different, because those are the things which you need to get better clarity on or before uh, learning these topics. So guys, if anybody has any doubt, do let me know right away. Otherwise we need to I want to close this class right now. So I just want to acknowledge from you guys. Anybody has any doubt, do raise their hand, or do let me know if still you have any doubt. No, sir. Thank you. So somebody has said no doubt. It's pretty good actually. If I'm getting some response from someone like no doubt, sir. Yeah, and I'm getting call from you guys like people are having a lot of doubt actually. So definitely I will cover those doubt as well. I will take separate class for that. I don't know when, but I need to talk with your HOD to know when this I will get one more slot apart from regular classes, so that I can give one much more clearance, or you can say like much more visibility about this Jupyter notebook, and how to save this file, or where to save this file, and how exactly you need to rename this file. There are a lot of things which I generally get when you guys are calling me. So don't worry, I will try to cover that as well. And you will be able to perform all the activities, all the even all the code which I am currently doing right away. Okay, so with this I'm going to close today's session. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much for the participation. Bye bye.